Okay, we are on here to discuss bookings this afternoon. And so Carolyn had a question. All right, Carolyn, go ahead and ask the question that you have.
Okay, so when you were saying in your live video about when you just post like a picture of one pot meals, saying what do you struggle with, or even just a picture, or I can't remember what you said to post right off the top of my head, but and you say then people start commenting, and that's where I struggle. I've done things like that before, and I get no comments at all.
Have you ever done it in a way where you ask some sort of question with it? Did you see the post that I posted this afternoon about, would you like, some one pot meal ideas?
Yes.
Asking a question. When you do your posts and stuff, do you ever post questions?
I do. Sometimes I get crickets.
Mm-hmm.
I get
how many friends do you have?
How many friends do I have?
Yeah, like how many? Are you posting on your regular timeline, a business timeline?
Yes.
Both?
On my regular timeline.
Okay. Do you have quite a few friends on there?
I have like over 400 Facebook friends.
Okay.
But
what do you post other stuff besides Pampered Chef, would you say? I mean, do you post about your life, your kids, things that are going on?
I try to, but between work and my daughter, I don't get on very often.
Yeah.
I read most of other people in comments. I really don't have time to like take pictures or do anything. And when I do, I'm trying to do like something live. Like I did just do kind of like not a brownie pan challenge, but I made some brownies.
Mm-hmm.
And I left them in the pan, and I lifted one up with the nylon server,
mm-hmm.
and took a picture of it, and with the box of brownie mix in behind it, and I said, who would like to nominate their business to win a brownies on me?
Mm-hmm.
And I did get some comments there, and I messaged them and said, well, here's the deal. I'll bring you brownies and a catalog and some orders. How many people, how many coworkers do you have? And if you get $200 in orders or more, you get a free brownie pan and then some.
Mm-hmm.
And I've gotten, I had like 12 responses, so I drew 3 names, and then next week I'm going to draw 3 more names.
Well, see, that's good. That's good responses.
Yeah, but I've taken, like, I've tried to just post pictures and of things, like of meals or like a catalog, and I don't seem to get like responses. Like even sometimes in my virtual parties, when I do that, I'll ask questions, open-ended questions, thinking that I should get some kind of response, and I get like barely anybody.
Maybe try this one pot meal, like I posted on the page, and see if you can get anything from it, asking a question, and then with those responses you can go from there, because that's what our new season's best is all the one pot meal.
Yeah.
So that's the least place to start.
Melody, if I can make a suggestion,
Amy, go for it.
Caroline, what it sounds like, Facebook has a huge algorithm,
mm-hmm.
and most likely what is happening, because people are not, if people don't like, or not even like anymore, it's love, smiley faces, or comment on it, after about 3 hours, your post is gone. No one is seeing it anymore. It's completely gone. So don't feel that people aren't responding to you. What I tend to do before I'm going to post a Pampered Chef thing to my personal page is that I will post a a cute picture of my children, or something to get a whole bunch of people that I know they're going to be like, oh, that's so cute, oh, look at that. And then I'll hit a Pampered Chef thing, and then because all those people just commented on that previous post, Facebook views you as a popular person, and then your post gets thrown more into more people's feeds. It's unfortunately all a game with Facebook.
Yeah, and that's why I was asking you what else you were posting besides Pampered Chef.
Right. So unfortunately, because people aren't liking or commenting on your Pampered Chef posts, unfortunately, Pampered Chef is viewing you, or not Pampered Chef, excuse me, Facebook is viewing you in a lower class of, so you're not getting, like, you're probably getting on your mom's Facebook, your sister's Facebook, like people that you banter back and forth. But like, if you go through your friends list, like, you'll probably be like, wow, I haven't seen anything. She hasn't posted in like months. But if you go to her, your friend's page, she posts like every single day, but because you don't comment and she doesn't like on your stuff, your algorithm is off. So she's not seeing any of your stuff either. So when you post on Facebook, all 400 of your friends are not seeing your posts. So just kind of keep that in mind. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I notice on my virtual parties when I go, like I'm doing a virtual party right now, and I go back through and check. And my host, she's a nurse practitioner, so she does post, but when she gets done work, she goes right through. She's really good about it, and she does the daily tasks that I give her. But when I go back through, I see some of my posts have disappeared. Like I can't, like I went to find the early bird drawing because I couldn't remember what time that I had said that I would do the drawing. So I went back through the party and I couldn't find that post. So I had to actually go back on to post my party and find out what time I had put that post in that it had posted, and it did. It's like they're disappearing off the party.
That's weird.
That is weird. I didn't know if anybody else had that issue.
Did you do events or groups?
Events.
Okay.
I started doing groups, but I wasn't doing SendShare. I was doing it on my own, just copying and pasting. And I don't have a lot of time during my day to sit down and actually learn SendShare. Where Post My Party was just easier. But I've got to get a day where I can learn that, because I did find that I was groups were better when I was doing it. I was getting a lot more interaction. But then again, that could just be the Facebook thing right now too.
Check out your groups, because they're starting to slowly release it. I know I just got it on my groups within the last week that Facebook is allowing you to post. They're allowing you to schedule posts to groups. So I don't know. I don't think it's been released to everyone yet, but check a past group maybe that you've already set up, and see if you have that capability yet with Facebook. It's a new thing that's slowly being released.
Facebook is allowing you to post. So kind of they're letting you use them as a posting.
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
it just showed up in my groups. Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I haven't tried it yet because I use SendShare, but I'm thinking that they're just trying to get that market back.
So I would just go into one of my
large thing, but
I would just go into one of my groups and see if it's there. Okay.
Yeah, it's over like with the search and photos, and then it says something about schedule a post or something. It says. I'm not sure the exact wording because I haven't used it yet, but
that'll probably show up more on a laptop than a phone, though, right? Probably.
I think I've seen it on my PC, not so much on my phone yet. Yes.
That's interesting.
Does anyone else have any questions about bookings or tips or anything that they would like to?
I have a big question on bookings. When everyone is posting that the host gets a prize if she gets 3 bookings, if this person, I'm not trying, I mean, I get it, but Pampered Chef is my income. And
Mhm.
so are you giving those prizes at their party? Are you giving them after the third party qualifies? Are
After
you,
the third party qualifies.
okay, I'm not trying to sound like penny
No, I
pinching,
don't.
but
Yeah. No.
like I'm like, okay, so she had a $200 party and now she booked 3 parties. Now I'm giving her a prize, and I'm just like, so
Yeah, I
after
do
the
it
third,
after. Yeah,
okay,
after the third party is held. Now I have done it if let's say 2 of them, strong shows, and maybe one of them was weak. A lot of times I will still give the item to the host because all 3 did have their parties. It's not really her
I know it's
fault,
not her fault,
that
right? But I
right.
still am like, I still need to make some money.
Yeah, but I'm not. What kind of items are you adding? It doesn't
No,
have
I
to.
usually, if they book 3, I usually give them $10 in free product. And then so I add it to their end of their free product. So technically I'm getting their 20% or 30% discount, plus I'm getting commission on it. And I understand how that but I just didn't know. I've heard of people giving much more lavish items, and I'm just like, how are they doing it? Are they doing it after the third party is held,
Yeah.
or?
That's typically how I do it. Now, a lot of times, even if, one of the parties didn't qualify, I'm still, because, I do not say all 3 parties, have to qualify in order for you to get this,
Okay.
whatever.
And that's what I was going to ask. Do you word
$5.
that in, like it's after the third party and after they all qualify and after they,
I do it after the third party. I do expect, all 3 parties actually to happen, but
Okay.
I don't necessarily hold the qualifying, and if $10 is too much, do a $5 item. Whatever you are comfortable with is what you should do, so you spend what you and your family are
Right.
comfortable with.
Can afford.
For
Right.
sure. Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Anyone else have anything? Questions about how to get some bookings? Did the stuff that I have been posting today, does that make sense? I have one more thing that I'm going to post a little bit later about 3 things that I do in every single virtual party, no matter what, to help get bookings. But have the other things, have you gotten some tips from some of the other stuff that
Yes.
today? Okay, good. Just to give you guys some insight. So when it comes to your virtual parties, okay, there's 3 things that I try to do with every single virtual party, no matter what. And I know Stacy Itzel is going to talk some about the follow-up, which is really, really important, okay? So the first thing that I always try to do, and this is towards the end of the show, like the second day from when the show is, going to be over, okay? And so I go on there and I say, your host is this far away from their goal. So say that, their goal was $500 and they're at 400. So I say, your host is $100 away from her goal. Or if maybe the party's not qualified yet, say start there. If the party's not even qualified, I would definitely start there. But then I also, instead of just saying how far the host is away or from the goal, I also say how many bookings she is away from the goal. So I always say I want every party to have 3 bookings. Okay. And I talk with the host about this, and so if that's kind of the goal, and I tell the host, our goal, this way you get 50% off items. And so that way you can say our host is $100 away from her goal and 2 bookings because she got 1. So I kind of lump them together. It's kind of a lumped thing. This far away and 2 bookings. Then I tell the host, to go on and tag, 3 of it, which you guys saw, the post earlier, which is a great idea as well if you want to start there. But I also have, the hosts go on and say, okay, tag 3 of your friends who you think may be interested in having a party, and say something like, this has been so much fun. I can't wait to party again. Which one of you, is going to be the next, to have a party, and tag 3 friends. Okay. And then the third thing that I do is after someone places an order, I give them a customer call. Okay. And I know that is hard to do, but just call them to check their order. Okay. To make sure everything is okay. Just to say, hey, I saw that you placed an order, so I just wanted to follow up and make sure all of the information is correct on your order. I just wanted to double check everything with you. So that way, even if they didn't answer the phone, you can leave that in a message, and most likely they're going to call you back because you're just checking their order. Okay, so after you check the order, you can say, you know, did you get everything on your wish list? You know, and if they say, no, there's still more things that I, you know, wanted or whatever, then you can say, you know, what do you think about having your own party so you can get some of the, you know, the other things that you're wanting, you know, for free or half price. Okay, or you could start with, you know, you watched me all week. Could you ever see yourself doing this? You know, so then, you know, yes or no, or if they say no, not right now. And then if you follow up with about the bookings, well, they've already may have told you no to, you know, joining the business. So then they may be more likely to say yes if you ask them about bookings then, if that makes sense. So between those three things is how I typically get my bookings. So posting about, you know, how far the host is away plus how many bookings, having the host, you know, tag, or you can, you know, try what you saw earlier today. You can go that route. And then the follow-up calls, which Stacey Itzel is going to be talking more about. But those three things will really, really help getting bookings from your shows. So once you kind of work on some of these things we talked about today and get those actual bookings, then you can try these three things to get more bookings consistently from every single show. I just went live on my parties and I held up every single one of the guest special items. I actually made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich because I could use the scoop and spread. I can make the Crustable sandwich, and that's 2 of the guest special tools. And then I showed how to make a cup of cold brew coffee, okay, all in one going live. And that's the kind of stuff that they, you know, want to see rather than just posts all day, okay? So if you feel comfortable going live, I mean, try it, because I really feel like that is going to help you guys in your shows. The more that you can make a personal experience, the better, which is why I'm really trying to do those one pot meals, because that really brings the cooking experience to the show. So, and I'm planning on going live at the beginning of my shows, going live towards the end of the shows, and then trying to record, you know, some of those meals that I make throughout the week, just record them so I can use them in every party. You know, just some tips about the rock crock. Here's how I used it for, you know, the chicken pot pie, or whatever meal we're talking about that day. Then I can kind of show how to make it live like we were at a cooking show. And so I'm hoping through more of this interaction, I'm hoping there will end up being better sales, you know, better bookings, and show averages, you know, will start to go up when it comes to virtual. Because I don't know if I said it this morning, I had a call last night too, but you know, if we're going to be doing these virtual parties, you know, they can be a lot of work. You want them to qualify. You want them to, you know, be sales for you. You know, otherwise it's just a bunch of work and, you know, for nothing. You know, so the more that you can figure out what really works, I have talked with several leaders in the field, you know, that have had successful virtual parties. I've been asking them a ton of questions about when do you start your parties, what do you do with your parties. They all do theme parties, which seem to be going really well right now. But when you think about it, because I do a lot of cooking shows, that's what people love. When I started talking about theme parties at my cooking shows, my bookings went up. So it makes sense. You know, why wouldn't you try to do something like that with your virtual parties and offer them different types of theme parties? So I'm hoping, and that way, you know, like on our team page, we're going to try to have, you know, several just different theme parties available so that, you know, you can book parties in closer together. You know, you can book a party the next week because, you know, it's just a different theme. So, all right.
With the live videos, have you have more success posting a pre-made video or posting a live video? Because that's where I'm having trouble. Like, because some weeks I have 4 running at a time, and I don't want chicken bruschetta 4 nights a week. You know,
Right,
like,
no.
so do you just video it and then post the video of you doing it, or do you find that you have more interaction
Yeah.
when you're actually live?
When it comes to the actual meals, that's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to make, you know, the meal and videotape a little bit of the process, show the tools that I use for the process, you know, talk about the rock crock some, and I'll save that video, and those I'll share again. Now, when I
Your welcome video and like
those, I'll probably go live.
live.
I just did one now, so I just went live in it,
Right.
just so you kind of feel that connection.
Right.
So
I did, and this week too, I also went live doing the like my strong closing. Like on the last day I went on again, did the like recruiting from the heart, and like did that as a whole closing of the party thing.
right.
And that seemed to work, and people were actually asking me questions about the business, and so I was answering them right on their posts. So I just haven't done the tape it and replay it, so I didn't know what.
Right.
Okay.
Which, have you been able to go live in one and share it in others?
I haven't done it yet because I've heard there's a delay. So like whichever one you start with first, like they kind of like hang there until you link everybody together. So like you have to like make like a sign like I'll be there in a minute, like until you link everybody up. So I haven't done that whole linking everybody together.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how questions will come in. Will questions be popping up all over my screen, or will questions only be on the party that I'm physically live on? I didn't know how that would work, so I was afraid to do it. Have you done it or no?
Well, I was trying to figure it out tonight, and I was having a hard time because I went live on one. I was going to try to link it out, but I saved it and then went into my saves, and it was there, and then it said share it with a group, and I picked the group that I wanted to do it, and then it didn't do it. So I don't know what I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I'm not 100%. I haven't played with it enough yet.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
What?
I do have a quick question if somebody else wasn't about to speak.
Go for it, Charlie.
Okay. Has anybody, I don't know if it's been discussed yet or not, but has anybody decided what is the best time to start and end a party, whether they have 3 days of pre-posts or not? Because I have found, at least some of the time, Monday is the worst day to end a party because nobody attention. So what are the best days to begin? What are the best days to end?
Charlie, we're getting ready to change that and do it differently, because after talking with several leaders about how they do theirs, they all have said that they their pre-posts start on a Thursday, and they run their pre-post Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So 3 days of pre-posts. Okay, so then they start their actual party on Sunday and run it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So for 5 days, and then a wrap up on Friday. So that way it hits 2 Fridays, and then, but it's not too, and then you're kind of doing, I know that your party kind of starts on Sunday, but you don't feel like you're having to post, all weekend long either. And then since it ends on Friday, then you have your next weekend kind of off. So, and that's what I'm going to start doing, going in with our new outline and everything that we have going. That's what I'm going to do. And that's how it's built to kind of.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
I have a lot of issues running into, I'll talk to someone who's interested and they'll book a date and they'll book a party, or they'll say they want to book a party, and then they kind of drop off the face of the earth no matter how much I try and reach out to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I lose my whole calendar again. And I start from square one trying to get bookings again.
Right. So when you are reaching out to these people and they say, yes, I want to have a book a show, I automatically, now are you talking virtual or cooking?
Either one. I mean, I'm trying to do both right now, but.
Okay, I'll give an example of both. So if I am doing cooking shows and I have someone that say, yeah, I think I would be interested in having a party. So I immediately follow up and say, okay, do weekday or weekends work better for you? Have them say. Okay, so if they said weekend, I say, do Saturday and Sundays typically work better for you? Have them say, okay, does the first available Saturday that I have open is this. Will that work for you? Okay, when you offer them 2 choices right away and have them pick from those 2 choices, I see much better results. So in virtually, you would say, my next group of virtual parties are starting, this date or this date. Which one of those would work better for you? Because what happens a lot of times when someone says, yeah, I'll have a party, and then they'll say, okay, yeah, I'll get back with you on a date. And then that never really happens. Okay. So as soon as they say, yes, I'll have a party, I would respond with, my next batch of virtual parties are going to start on this date or this date. Which one of those would work better for you? Okay.
Okay.
And I think you'll have better, because the quicker you can get them on the calendar right away, the better, the chances of them actually keeping their party and their date and stuff. So
Okay.
that's what I found. So try that two choice thing, whether it's cooking or virtual. It works either way. So
Great.
weeknights, and then go from there. And hopefully you'll get them to stick a little bit better.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Steve's on. Thanks, Steve, for answering all the questions today. Steve's muted. There he is.
Sure. Sorry, work traffic was bananas, so.
Oh, no, you are fine. You are fine. Does anyone else have any questions at all that they can think of?
I don't have a question. I just want to tell Steve thank you very much,
Mm-hmm.
because I saw what he posted yesterday, I believe it was, about asking your host to get the parties for you. I reached out to one of my parties right now, actually my only party right now, and she automatically, her daughter signed up, and then she said that her daughter-in-law is going to sign up also. So that's 2 right there. And then she was questioning me, oh, well, do I have to get one more or whatever? And I told her, I said, sure. I said, get one more. I said, but if you happen to get more than one, I said, that's another half-off item if you want it.
Mm-hmm.
And that just worked. And I never even thought about it that way. So thank you, Steve, so much. I appreciate it.
And that works for, I have a catalog show going right now. And I asked my catalog host too. And I said, hey, if you get any bookings, then I'll give you an extra $10 and free. Plus you're going to get a 50% off item from their party. Immediately she responded and said, oh, I found so-and-so. She wants to do a party. But think if I would have never asked them to do that, then they most likely probably wouldn't have done it, and $10 an extra free for an additional booking where it may be a great show and I make, $200-300, that's well worth it to me, so just don't hesitate to ask your host and make them have that goal as part of what they do as a host. So absolutely. Anything else? Steve, do you have anything else you'd like to say?
No, I to your point about the half price item in the, like, later on at their party when it qualifies, I find that hosts are so focused in the moment that they don't think about the future,
Mm-hmm.
about that benefit. And a lot of times when I say that to them, they think that I'm paying for that half off item. So that's why, all I say is exactly the language I sent to you guys, I put on the thing, but like, I don't say like that's a Pampered Chef benefit. So they're already like tickled because they think I'm going to pay for half off of anything.
Like Steve rocks. Woo!
Right. That's what they think, I think. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably part of it, right? So a lot of times they don't even know that. So it's only a better way to, for me at least, that I keep the relationship with that host after their party's over, because I'm always going to see them again in the next party and the next party and the next party,
Absolutely. Well, if there are no other questions, I appreciate you all being on here and being a part of this group. And I really hope that you guys will have, success in your virtual parties and going forward throughout the week. I know that we have some great topics and speakers that we will have, the rest of the next 7 days too. So hopefully you guys will get a lot out of this training, because this is just day 1. So, but thank you all for being on here. I appreciate it. Thanks again, Steve.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
bye,
you.
guys.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye.